Heather, pick me up some beer on your way back from school. I'm all out.
Dad? I can't do that. Because I'm not 21. I won't be served anything considering I'm underage.
So, just trick them into believing that you're older than you are. Or just take it and I can give you double to pay them back next time.
I'm not just going to steal, Dad. That's wrong. I could get into some serious trouble for that. About the lying about my age thing as well. I'm not doing any of it. If you really want beer that badly, you'll have to get it yourself.
Jeez. How useless are you, huh? I mean, what was the point of even having you if you're not gonna do what I tell you? Why can't you be more like your sister, huh? She's so much better than you. If I'd asked her to get my beer, then she would have found a way to get it no matter what.
Well then, if Sarah's so great, why not just ask her to get your beer?
I can't. She's busy studying for her SATs. With how smart your sister is, she's gonna get into one of the best colleges in the country. And she'll be a big-time earner in no time. I've told her to study to become a doctor or something, because they earn a lot of money. But I think she's studying how to become a vet. It's not a bad choice in terms of financial gain, but you'll have to deal with annoying and messy animals all day. That's more than what you're doing, though, isn't it? Why did I have to have one incredibly perfect daughter and then one really stupid and useless one?
Gee, thanks, Dad.
What? It's true. I mean, what do you bring to this household? Nothing. If anything, you cost me more than you contribute. I've got to feed you and house you and stuff. What do I get in return? Nothing.
That's not true. You make me give you half of my wages from my part-time job. I hardly have anything left over to get what I need. Do you make Sarah do that? No, of course not. It's so not fair.
Yeah, well, life isn't fair. Get over it.
You know what? I have tried my hardest to stick it out with you to try and give you some company since Mom left you. But I've had enough. I'm going back to living with Mom. I can't deal with your stupid favoritism anymore. It's not fair that you hate me and yet you adore Sarah. I mean, aren't I your daughter too?
Well, in all honesty, I wish you weren't.
What?
Yeah, I never really wanted one kid, let alone two. At least with Sarah, she's as perfect as you can imagine. You, on the other hand, must have gotten all the reject genes to make you into the complete loser that you are. The only thing you're good for is giving me money.
Wow. Well then, if that's how you feel, I'll message Mom and she can come and pick me up today.
Yeah, to be honest, I just don't want you coming around anymore.
So you're basically telling me that you want absolutely nothing to do with me? Is that right?
Yes, it actually is. From now on, let's just pretend that we don't know each other at all. I never really wanted a second child, so for all intents and purposes, we're strangers, got it? I don't want to see you or hear you or anything like that, okay? Just leave me alone.
Fine then. I won't bother you ever again.
Good.
Hetty, where are you? How come you're not at home?
Oh, hasn't Dad told you? I'm no longer welcome at his house.
Huh? What are you on about?
Well, according to Dad, you're the perfect daughter that he's always wanted, and I'm just the spare that he wished had never been born.
What? That can't be true. He didn't actually say that, did he?
Yep, pretty much. He told me that he doesn't want anything to do with me and that I am just to treat him like a stranger from now on. You're the only daughter that he wants to spend any time with.
Ugh, he can't just do that. You're his daughter. He can't just throw you aside like that.
Well, according to him, he can.
I'll have a word with him. Surely I can sort all of this out.
Nah, don't bother. I don't want anything to do with him anyway. I'm happy with Mom so he can get lost for all I care.
Geez, I mean, I don't blame you. But still, I don't know how I'm supposed to deal with him all by myself.
Why don't you just move back to Mom's with me?
I need to be at Dad's to get the full college grant to support me there. You know he wouldn't just say that I lived there if I didn't. And because Mom married Greg, I wouldn't get the grant if I lived with them.
That sucks.
Yeah, tell me about it. But I still hate how he's treated you. It's not right.
Well, I don't think there's anything we can really do about it.
Well, you say that, but I've got something in mind. Something that he wouldn't expect his perfect daughter to ever do.
Oh? What's that?
Well, I got my results.
How did you do?
Not too bad. Just slightly above average, which isn't too bad.
So you can get into veterinary school then?
Well, about that. It looks like it's time to put my plan into action.
Huh?
Well, you know that getting a job as a doctor or some other high-paying position has never been my dream. It's Dad's. Instead, I'm going to pursue the dream I've had for ages now.
You're not going to become a doctor?
Nope. I don't think I'm even going to go to college.
What? What are you going to do then?
Just wait until you hear this.
Okay, look. I know I told you not to talk to me or whatever ever again, but enough is enough now. You need to tell me what's going on with Sarah right now. Why she left me a note saying that she's gone off to do her own thing. She needs to go to college around here so that she can become a doctor or whatever and earn loads of money so that she can help me retire early and look after me in my old age. She can't just go off like that. That's not how this works.
Oh, Dad, nice to speak to you too. I'm doing well, thanks for asking.
I don't care how you're doing. I want to know where my daughter is gone.
You mean Sarah? Yeah, she's long gone by now.
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. She's probably on her way to start her dream right now.
Her dream is to become a doctor and support me. That's it. Nothing else.
No, that's your dream. Has she ever once said that she wanted to be a doctor or a vet or anything like that?
She didn't have to. I know my daughter and I know what she wants out of life, and that's to look after her old man.
You mean the person who's been taking pretty much all of her money from her part-time job just so you can buy yourself beer and whatever other stupid things you want?
Huh? What are you on about?
Oh, please. Don't try and act all clueless and innocent now. You've been taking all of Sarah's money for the last few months for yourself. She told me how, after you kicked me out of the house, you decided to quit your job and just rely solely on her to pay the rent and bills and stuff. She had to pick up so many extra shifts and work so much overtime just so she could earn enough to pay for everything. And that she hardly had any left for gas to get to school and back. In fact, you're the reason that her SAT scores weren't higher. If you hadn't pushed her to the point of exhaustion, where she was working pretty much every night, she would have had more time to focus on studying for her tests.
What? That's not my fault. She should have been more organized. I bet you were the one who taught her how to be more sloppy and not as focused. If anything, it's your fault she didn't get better scores.
That's so not true. And besides, it doesn't even matter that much considering she's not going to college.
What? No. She can't not go to college. That's how people get the best jobs with the best wages. She needs to go to college. Specifically the one here so that she can live at home and keep helping me with the house.
Are you not listening? That's not going to happen. She's done being bossed around by you. She's decided to go and live her own life and do what she wants to do, which isn't giving all of her hard-earned money to some leech who can't even be bothered to get a job and look after himself. Honestly, you're the dad here. You should be the one helping Sarah out, not the other way around. She's not your personal bank account.
But where's she gone then?
Sarah's decided that she's going into acting instead.
Acting? What? That's one of the hardest careers to actually make a living at. She's gonna end up with no money at all. What am I gonna do then?
Nice to know that you have faith in her.
Whatever. She's got like a 1 in a million chance of actually becoming successful. You need to tell me where she is right now so that I can go and talk some sense into her.
I'm not telling you where she is just so you can go and harass her. She's finally gotten away from you, and I'm not about to take that away from her. She's free to do what she wants. And for your information, she's told me that she has already managed to get a part in a small film. So she's not wasting her time at all.
Well, fine then. If she's so determined to go and ruin her life, then so be it. I guess you'll just have to move back in with me and support me then.
What? No way that is happening. Not after the way that you treated me. It's like you said, I don't want anything to do with you now. I'm much better off without you. You don't get to try and demand that I come and help you after you told me that I was just a mistake you never even wanted.
Hang on, but if you go as well, who will look after me? I mean, I quit my job thinking that I would have Sarah to look after me. But now that she's gone, you're gonna have to pick up her slack. Who knows, I might even make you my favorite daughter if you do a good enough job.
You know, once upon a time, I would have done anything to get your approval. But after everything that's happened, I'm really not fussed anymore. You're going to have to live with the fact that you are such a horrible person that you drove away everyone who once cared for you. Mom, Sarah, and me. We're all gone because you just couldn't find it in yourself to be a nice and decent human being.
But this isn't how I planned things to go. You can't do this to me.
I can, and I am. Please don't contact me again. In fact, think of me as a stranger to you. I want nothing to do with you at all.
Wait, get back here. I'm your dad, so you have to listen to what I say.
No, I really don't. Especially when you've told me time and time again that you never wanted me in the first place. If you somehow manage to change your ways, then maybe we can try talking again. But I doubt that will happen. So, goodbye. True to my word, I blocked my dad on all of my social media. I wanted nothing to do with the man after how he had treated me. My sister Sarah is currently pursuing her dream of becoming an actress. She's had a few minor roles, but recently she's been contacted about doing something bigger, which has really got her excited. Of course, my dad has tried to claim that she owes him any money that she makes. He says that because he raised her, she owes him everything he spent on her during her childhood. This is ridiculous, of course, and Sarah has told him to stop being so stupid and that she wasn't giving him another dollar. With no one there to give him money, my dad ended up losing the house he was living in as he couldn't afford the rent. He had to move to a small, one-bedroom flat in a much seedier part of town. He also had to get a new job, as his old place wouldn't hire him again. And he ended up working in a call center. It just goes to show that you really shouldn't take advantage of the ones you love, as they could end up getting annoyed with you and leaving you for good.